When the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital first opened 30 years ago, it had trouble recruiting doctors. Though supported by the National Taiwan University Hospital's co-op program, the hospital still needed to have its own doctors. Thankfully, Dr. Chen Ying-he, who just completed his training at NTUH, volunteered himself. Soon, 11 more of NTUH brightest young doctors also came on board. Thanks to the sacrifice made by these doctors, people living in eastern Taiwan can now have access to quality medical care.
病人在恢复期，那么玻璃还是要 keep 一个 tension， 就是让它里面的稍微胀胀的，然后流出来。
As the chief of the urology department of Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital and the chairman of the Taiwan Urological Association, Dr. Guo Hanchong has brought Taiwan's urologists and their international counterparts together for the first time at the 2015 Urologist National Assembly.
We have invited many specialists to do demonstrations to help facilitate exchange between our members.
3 months later, one of the largest surgical simulations in recent years saw the participation of Taiwan Orthopedic Association and 4 other major medical associations.
On the bodies of silent mentors, doctors can take their time to learn without pressure.
Now, medical elites flock to Hualien voluntarily to hone their skills, yet that was not the case when the hospital first opened.
招募这个医护人员的时候呢，只有2位。
When we were recruiting, only 2 dentists came to apply. So I'm very grateful to our honorary superintendent, Dr. Chen Ying-he. With the odds against us, he came to me on his own. It was the central hallway of NTU Hospital. He said to me, "Are you hiring doctors? I'm an orthopedist. I'm willing to go serve there." He was the only one.
Dr. Chen was then the student of National Taiwan University's chief surgeon, Dr. Chen Kai-mo, and through a co-op with National Taiwan University, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital was able to resolve its staff shortage temporarily. 2 years after opening, 11 doctors from the NTU Hospital were willing to come on board, including then 35-year-old Dr. Guo, who wanted to sign a 30-year contract.
In front of everyone here, I vow to join you and become a strong root to support this tree called Tzu Chi, so it may grow strong and help more people. I was 35 then. I thought I'd retire by 65. So why not just sign a 30-year contract? So I boldly made the offer to Deputy Chief Executive Lin.
The resolve made by these doctors gave those who were already working here a sense of security and make them feel they have made the right decision.
看一下你的病，那个小便的情形呢？
有尿，然后一紧张，然后就又尿不出来，然后就尿不出来。
他现在左边的肾脏是都很好。
The mother of this patient also knew she was right to believe in Dr. Guo. With her daughter born with a urinating problem, she decided to seek treatment in Hualien against others' advice.
When Dr. Guo talks to me, he always explains and examines the test results very thoroughly. He made me feel that I can place my trust in him.
I have been afraid of needles since young. After Dr. Guo learned this, he always takes off his doctor's coat when he comes to examine me, which makes me feel better.
Thanks to Dr. Guo's care, Yi Tzu has grown up without a problem in Hualien and is graduating from college this year.
I am very fortunate that there is a doctor as wonderful as Dr. Guo here in Hualien.
To be honest, back then I was already quite reputable. It's just that they didn't know. Had they gone to NTUH, they would find out the sharpest young doctor there is actually here in Hualien.
All those doctors who came to Hualien then were driven by a sense of duty. The superintendent of Guanshan Tzu Chi Hospital, Dr. Pan Yong-qian, was once a doctor who came to apprentice under Dr. Chen.
Whenever I run into a problem that I don't know how to solve, I always try to remember what Dr. Chen would do, which always helps me arrive at a solution.
After his training was complete, Dr. Pen did not return to Taipei. At the request of his mentor, he arrived in the even more isolated Guanshan.
For 13 years here at Guanshan, Taidong, not once did I go home for the Chinese New Year banquet.
Today, practicing medicine in Eastern Taiwan remains unappealing for most doctors. However, for those who stayed, they don't regret giving it their all here.
It's a sense of duty. You really have to be determined in order to stay here. By coming here, you really are able to create and shape your own future.
I like to say that each case that I take on helps me grow further. Really, each case forces me to grow. I wouldn't be where I am today without them.